The NBA world was rocked late Wednesday night by one of the most impactful trades of the 2026 season, just days before the league's February 5 trade deadline. In a bold and unexpected move, the Golden State Warriors have reportedly traded forward Jonathan Kuminga and sharpshooter Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for towering 7-footer Kristaps Porzingis, a blockbuster transaction that instantly reshapes the playoff picture, alters futures for two franchises, and serves as a major pivot point for both teams involved. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for continuing NBA trade deadline coverage. The trade, first reported on ESPN and confirmed by multiple outlets late Wednesday, sends Jonathan Kuminga, one of the most intriguing young wings in the league, and veteran shooter Buddy Hield from the Warriors to the Hawks. In return, Golden State acquires Kristaps Porzingis, a stretch big man with rare size, shooting touch, and rim-protecting ability, though his recent injury history has raised questions about his long-term impact. Share your thoughts in the comments. Does Porzingis make the Warriors better? For Golden State, history with Jonathan Kuminga has been a storyline dating back to the 2021 NBA Draft, when he was selected 7th overall with sky-high expectations. Over more than 4 seasons with the Warriors, Kuminga flashed electrifying athleticism and star potential, becoming a key contributor for a championship team early in his career. However, his path with the franchise has not been linear or without controversy. Reports indicate that Kuminga became frustrated with his role and inconsistent playing time, particularly this season, and publicly requested a trade once his contract allowed it. Subscribe to the channel for deep dives on how these roster shifts impact the Warriors and Hawks. The 23-year-old forward appeared in just 20 games this season and struggled to secure consistent minutes in head coach Steve Kerr's rotation. Despite flashes of brilliance, especially during the Warriors' 2022 title run, Kuminga's fit alongside Golden State's established stars, including Stephen Curry and the recently acquired Jimmy Butler, never settled. Buddy Hield, a proven three-point threat who had become a reliable shooter off the bench, also heads to Atlanta as part of this deal, bringing veteran experience and floor spacing to a Hawks squad in transition. On the other side of this headline-grabbing deal, Kristaps Porzingis returns to the Bay Area with a chance to rejuvenate his career alongside one of the NBA's most accomplished franchises. Porzingis, known as the Unicorn for his rare combination of size, shooting range, and shot-blocking ability, joins the Warriors in a move that dramatically alters their front-court dynamics. He is a 7'2" center with the capability to stretch defenses with three-point shooting while also anchoring the paint on the defensive end. This blend of skills is particularly attractive for Golden State, which has been seeking high-end front-court talent to pair with their star backcourt. However, Porzingis' recent injury history cannot be ignored. The Latvian big man has appeared in just 17 games this season for the Hawks due to a combination of illness and left Achilles tendonitis, missing significant stretches of play. When healthy, though, he averaged strong numbers, including over 17 points per game, more than 5 rebounds, and contributions as a floor spacer from a center's position. His contract situation also adds an interesting wrinkle. With an expiring deal worth roughly $30.7 million, Porzingis could provide Golden State with flexibility this summer as they evaluate roster construction and cap space for potential free agent pursuits or further trades. For the Hawks, this trade is part of a broader roster overhaul following the departure of franchise icon Trae Young to the Washington Wizards earlier in the season. With Young's exit, Atlanta has entered a period of retooling and refocusing around youth and depth. Jonathan Kuminga, a 2021 top 10 pick with elite athletic upside, gives the Hawks a dynamic forward who could grow alongside Jalen Johnson and other young pieces. At just 23, Kuminga represents a core building block with the potential for long-term payoff, especially in an Eastern Conference that is ripe with competition but far from the Warriors tier. Buddy Hield's shooting will also help bolster perimeter scoring for Atlanta, offering spacing and veteran firepower that could prove valuable in close games. This transaction also marks the end of Golden State's long-rumored pursuit of Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo, a blockbuster chase that had dominated off-season trade speculation. With Porzingis now on board, the Warriors appear to have shifted gears away from that pursuit, instead opting for a move that strengthens their playoff positioning in the present, while also preserving flexibility for future roster maneuvers. Analysts note that adding Porzingis gives Golden State a uniquely versatile big man who could stretch the floor, protect the rim, and complement Curry's shooting, a strategic pivot that may pay dividends this postseason. From a broader league perspective, this trade reshapes dynamics in both conferences as the February 5 trade deadline nears. Golden State, currently in the mix for a Western Conference playoff spot, now adds experience and size in the front court with Porzingis, who could become a key contributor if he stays healthy. Meanwhile, Atlanta's acquisition of Kuminga and Hield signals a commitment to youth and perimeter shooting, qualities that could make them more competitive as they seek to rise in the Eastern Conference standings. This deal also sparked a flurry of additional moves for Golden State. Shortly after acquiring Porzingis, the Warriors reportedly traded backup center Trayce Jackson-Davis to the Toronto Raptors in exchange for a 2026 second-round draft pick, another strategic maneuver aimed at future flexibility and asset accumulation. Such moves underscore how NBA teams are navigating both short-term competitiveness and long-term roster development in a high-stakes trade environment. Across social media and fan circles, reactions have been swift and intense. Warriors fans are analyzing what Porzingis' addition means for Curry's championship hopes, while Atlanta supporters are optimistic about Kuminga's upside and Hield's shooting impact. League pundits are debating how this trade will shift power balances and which teams might now become contenders as the playoffs approach. Like this video if you think this is a franchise-altering trade, and share your thoughts in the comments. Who won this deal? In closing, the Golden State Warriors' decision to trade Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis represents one of the most significant NBA transactions of the 2026 season. It ends Kuminga's long and complex saga in Golden State, injects a veteran big man into the Warriors lineup, and gives the Hawks a new core to build around in the Eastern Conference. As the trade deadline approaches, this move highlights the strategic balancing act teams face between present aspirations and future planning. Subscribe to the channel for full trade deadline updates, expert analysis, and what this all means for the rest of the NBA season. This trade may very well be the first major domino to fall in a deadline week that promises to reshape the league.